This. Just last year, nearly 25,000 animals were put down at our 4 Valley shelters.
But some dogs are getting a second chance thanks to an unlikely source, Inmates. Fox 5's Kevin Bollinger joins us with a look at the program called Pups on Parole.
Yeah, and this is a joint venture between the Nevada Department of Corrections and the Heaven Can Wait Animal Society. The premise is simple: pair up dogs that need help with prisoners who are looking to do something worthwhile, and the result has been startling for the dogs and the inmates as well as Valley Crime.
He knows all his commands. Sit. Stay.
Behind the chain link fence and barbed wire of the Gene Conservation Camp lies a new lease on life. But it's not only the inmates receiving rehabilitation.
Stay.
Valley dogs, abandoned and abused, are being retrained and prepared for society. Their trainers, women with the same goal, prisoners in the Nevada Department of Corrections.
Good boy, Chief. That was good.
The Pups on Parole program places dogs in the custody of women in custody. The inmates train the pooches for family life. Once they're ready, the dogs are put up for adoption and placed with families throughout the valley.
This program did not exist, these dogs would be put down.
Lori Kears helps run the program. She also works for the Department of Corrections and says inmates who take part are less likely to return to crime.
We've been able to track them, and we're finding that they're not recommitting crimes, they're not violating parole.
Chief, come. Good boy. That's a good boy.
Heather Hanley is serving time for armed robbery. She says training dogs like 4-month-old Rottweiler Chief is giving her a chance for retribution.
If I can produce a pet that's going to be not just, a great dog, but also a dog that's going to give to a family, that's going to maybe strengthen their family bond, and be a welcomed addition to their family, then maybe I've done something to give back for, all the mistakes that I made.
The dogs are solely the responsibility of the inmates. They feed them, train them, and even sleep with them in living quarters.
We've spent a lifetime of running, from our problems, from issues, and not facing them. And so today I can really say that myself and a lot of the other girls, face our issues, and we've learned to communicate and be responsible for our actions.
Loki, down.
Wendy Bardwell has trained more than 25 dogs in her time incarcerated for burglary.
I've grown tremendously. I've learned responsibility, acceptance, and love.
Those are things these inmates say they lacked in their lives. Giving the dogs structure and faith in humans has given themselves the same thing. Without it, the time served may have been ineffective.
I don't think that I would have learned enough structure. I don't think I would have got it, if you know what I mean. I don't think I would have got it. And now I get it.
More than 600 dogs have graduated from Pups on Parole and are now in loving homes. The program can house up to 60 dogs at 2 facilities, the Gene Conservation Camp and the Florence McClure Women's Correctional Facility in Las Vegas. And it's been so successful that several cities, states, and even federal officials have inquired about starting something very similar. And they've even brought up the dog whisperer, Cesar Milan, to do a little training with the inmates to help get the program going.
Well, we'd all like an opportunity for that.
Yeah, I'm wondering, is there any kind of anxiety or issues when it's time for the dogs to be adopted out? I mean, are the inmates okay with giving up these dogs that they've bonded with over the past few months?
There are, the inmates say, usually the one dog that they really bond with, and there was one inmate we talked to who was close to getting out, and she's kind of made sure that her dog is going to be the special project that she would like to adopt when all things are said and done. But they're more happy to see them go to a loving home that's going to take care of the dogs, and that for them is the rehabilitation that they need and the stuff that keeps them going as they work towards getting free again.
And a great opportunity down the road when they are out and looking for a job to maybe be working with animals, and that this could be what qualifies them to work, at an animal hospital or at a groomer.
And they said a lot of the women who have gotten out and are on probation are doing work with animals as part of their career now, and stuff just to not only help them, but also some have looked into helping kids and families as well, which of course dogs are very therapeutic.
Nice. Thanks, Kevin.
Good piece. Thank you, Kevin.
And that Pups on Parole program is funded solely by donations, by the way. There are no tax dollars put to use for this. They do hold fundraisers if you're interested in helping. Here was one that was held last month, hosted by the local Pittsburgh Steelers fan club over at Noreen's Lounge in order to raise the money to keep things running. You can find out more about the Heaven Can Wait Animal Society services on our website. It's fox5vegas.com. Look under the links section. There's information about Pups on Parole as well as how to adopt a pet.